Oh, snatched away in beauty's bloom, on thee shall press no ponderous tomb, but on thy turf shall roses rear their leaves the earliest of the year. And the wild cypress wave in tender gloom. And oft by yon blue gushing stream shall sorrow lean her drooping head, and feed deep thought with many a dream, and lingering pause, and lightly tread, fond wretch, as if her step disturbed the dead. Away, we know that tears are vain, that death nor heeds nor hears distress. Will this unteach us to complain, or make one mourner weep the less? And thou, who tellest me to forget, thy looks are wan, thine eyes are wet. Lord Byron was a genius. So here we are. Second verse, same as the first, a little bit louder and a little bit worse. We're going to start with Aries. Oh, tomatoes, because it's like the last moment for tomatoes. And pineapple, because it's sweet. It's like dessert. So Aries. There's something about, I'm getting like a tug of war. Speaking of war, from Aries, I'm getting a division. Let's see if it's just what's going on. Two of Swords in reverse, the Five of Cups, the Ten of Rods, and the Knight of Pentacles. Overarching theme, Aries. Responsibilities on your mind, patience, hardworking, your ability to serve. I think we're here on Earth to be of service. That's frankly why I do this. It feels like a service that I provide myself because it's fun. And if you get something out of it, I'm thrilled. But Knight of Pentacles is, okay, so there's a responsibility, Two of Swords in reverse, reconciliation, some stalemate within you, some concept is coming to a close. There's been this, I said tug of war. There's been this tug of war, and you're going to have to cut your losses, Five of Cups, because you have the responsible nature right now to say, I lost 3, but I still have 2, and the 2 that I still have are actually quite useful to me. What if one of those 2 is your love? So maybe you lost the battle, but you didn't lose the war. That's how this feels. Ten of Rods is interesting in the result position. So you're guilty about this thing that you won. It's almost like you've resigned yourself to it, but you also are like, but I'm not really going to let it go. There's going to be just a little piece of it that I see that as often as I possibly can. How is that serving you, Aries? It's interesting. 10 of Rods. There's oppression, doubt. So did you make the right decision? Did you choose to stay with them, even though things are like, or did you break up with them and you're like, oh crap, were things that bad? That's how I'm feeling. It's like you're in one of those scenarios. Clarify this, please. It's nice to say please. Hi, Natalie K. We're feeling very poetic tonight. Very poetic. Yeah, Three of Pentacles as your clarifying card, Aries. I'm getting a good omen from this decision you made. I'm feeling pretty good. It was a long day, and this serves my soul, Natalie K. So I'm loving doing these readings right now. It's a really good energy for me. How are you? Yes. So what is this again? Aquarian. Three of Pentacles. Mastery. I'm getting the idea that you did it and you actually leveled up video game style. You said, I have to stick to my emotions on this and it hurts and I feel guilty, but you actually did make the right move, Aries. There's a kind of dun 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 dun. If it's The Sims, your white bar went up one. So think of it like that. I'm feeling pretty good. And that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote for Aries, because I went blank. And when I go blank, I get out of my own way. Virgo. Virgo. It's funny, however much I did in the material world, the 3D Earth world, it affects my ability to say, well, everyone's getting little quickies tonight, or sometimes you get longies, depending on like how boosted I am. But I just can't fake my emotion, and I think that's why I take to the tarot pretty well, because you can't fake emotion. And Virgos, I don't know Virgos to ever fake emotion. That was the reason for that anecdote. Virgos. The Emperor in reverse. The Lovers. And the Three of Swords in reverse. Overarching theme, the Two of Rods. Okay, we're getting some mixed messages here, but it's going through me like a bat out of hell. So let's get this out before I forget. So you have the world in the palm of your hand. What's going on with your twin flame? What's going on with your love? Because there's some trouble in paradise. Maybe you're not even anywhere near paradise, but you hold the world in the palm of your hands. Your current position in regards to this person it's the right position for now. I love this card. I love the illustration. I love what this means visually. The crystal ball, I had mine before. You're seeing everything that could be your future. You're absolutely with it, and yet sadness is still indicated. It could be a deep sadness, brooding, poetry. I was feeling poetic before. It's that, but by no means are you out to sea. You have the clarity of where you're going, but you're sitting in the sadness, and possibly for good reason. The Emperor in reverse. Now that is, here we go. Let's show this. The Emperor in reverse. Immaturity. It's immaturity. It's gullible is a good word. Did they take you in? Did you get taken in by this love and twin flame, and it was like this whirlwind hurricane of earthy fire? Were they a fire sign? That's the feeling I'm getting. It feels like, ooh, Natalie K. So you're becoming my best friend, Natalie K. So you have you have where it's going. Oh, Sagittarius. Now that is fascinating. Yeah, that's an interesting combination, Virgo Sagittarius. Because I think are they both mutable? Cardinal, I'm forgetting in this moment. Remind me. Okay, so gullible, you got taken in. But I bet your feelings were authentic. I bet you the love was real from both sides on some level. But you smelled a rat. You probably smelled a rat the whole time. Your inner guidance. But you shut it off because you said sometimes love works in mysterious ways, which is why the Lover's in the middle position. And I want to make the distinction for me how I take that. Lover's in the middle distinction, not just there's a trouble in paradise, but you want... Well, let's work it backwards. The Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, let me show this. So you've got the Three of Swords in reverse, and I'm feeling not only like confusion and alienation. To me, it's not just their crazy exes getting in the way, but it already happened. The rupture already happened, and you're so confused and not knowing which way to go. So you're sitting. To me, Lovers in the middle position is saying, You're sitting on this. There's an inability to let yourself go from this turmoil, this conflict. Um, the attraction, the responsibility, it feels like it feels like you're questioning your ability to love. You're questioning the authenticity of love itself. That to me is the lovers in the middle position. I get that. And you're sitting there with your crystal ball, Virgo, and you're like, I see it. I see the beauty that this could be. I also see the beauty of me letting them go. But you're doing neither. So clarify this for me. The Queen of Cups in reverse. I totally get that, Natalie. Queen of Cups in reverse. They were never to be trusted. Your person was never to be trusted, and you knew from the beginning. Because look at where you are now. Look at this reading. This is reflecting back to you. You always know. Let's do a second clarifying card just to be 100. The Chariot in reverse. Failure in carrying out this emotional alignment. It's just reflecting back to you that it's weird. That's an interesting double reverse for me. It's saying that you knew they were never to be trusted, but you got shot through the heart anyway. But there's a failure to carry out what this love brought up for you. So you're just not going on your ascended path. You're just sitting on the topic. My 2 cents now, not coming from the cards, but from me, is if you can't get your mind off of it, stop trying to. But there are 2 kinds of despair. There's despair that leads to surrender, but then there's despair with hope. And I think that you can sit in the despair of it sucks to feel this heartbreak, but at least there's hope that I do have emotional alignment because I knew from the beginning it wasn't a match. If you're saying that, especially you, Natalie K, you know you can trust your emotions now, even though it hurts. That feels good as I say that. That feels right. And if that's the silver lining of this very dark cloud, that's not so bad. We're talking about your emotional alignment, your ability to take responsibility for absolutely everything in your life, including this heartbreak. We're going to Aquas. I have to take all that empathy from my Virgos and go, it's still there, but switching channels. Aquarius, this is the dawning of the age of the 9 of Rods. The 4 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. The world. The world comes up. Fascinating. There is a completion within you, something you've been in turmoil with, Aquarius, over this love, this twin flame. You're actually feeling a union with cosmic consciousness itself. You're feeling like I drew some conclusions. Some of them served me. Some of them got in my way. But the 9 of Rods comes up. Your inner strength was crystallized by the opposition, and you're sitting pretty in this understanding. Does it mean that you're happy? I don't think so. But I think that can be the word that comes tonight is distinction. Oh, Natalie K, I get it. I'm glad you trust your intuition now. Have a great night. So you are feeling a completion, and yet so much retreat, exile, so much you're recuperating. That's the best word right now, is recuperating. The 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords. In the last position, flipping, flopping. This can mean, look at Susie Snowflake. She's crying over something. In the final position, was there a death, Aquarius? I mean, is it that severe? Was there a death? Was there maybe a miscarriage? There's something Look at that. Let me get out of my own way. You know there's alignment in this tragedy, and there was a tragedy. But you're recuperating, you're crystallized, you're seeing everything for what it is. Aquarius, this is a lot of sorrow coupled with you understand where it's coming from. This was not a surprise. This was not out of left field. Let's clarify this for Aquarius. Three of Swords in reverse. You're so confused. There's such disorder. How could there be you understanding the consciousness of the world and yet you be in disorder? Because life in a human body is complicated. You can hold so many contrasting emotions at once. Second clarifying card, the Emperor in reverse. Oh man. You were gullible. You were immature about this love thing. There's a self-control. Bingo. And then it lands. You weren't showing much self-control. And so something happened. Let's figure out third clarifying card, Five of Cups. Cut your losses because you've got the world on your shoulders. Atlas. You are going to be fine is what I'm feeling. And it's reflecting back all of the confusion, misery, tragedy, recuperation, and positive message that this too shall pass is what this feels like. Aquarius, this too shall pass. Scorpio. Scorps. Let's talk about love, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that I see. The Four of Rods in reverse. Strength in reverse. The Two of Rods. And the Ten of Swords. Scorpio, you're killing me. Babies, you're killing me, because this is the Ten of Swords. There's your overarching theme. Trouble, suffering, ruin, pain, affliction. Need I go on? What is happening? Well, the Four of Rods in reverse, coupled with this as your overarching theme, again, tends to mean the same thing both ways, but because it's upside down and because you're feeling like shit, there has been a complete turnaround of your, what's that thing they build? Like the marriage tent? Somebody came over and flipped it table style. Your life is uprooted. You feel utterly weak, middle position, major arcana. The opposite of strength, pure weakness. And that's reflecting back this weakness. Two of Rods. Final position. Though you hold the world in the palm of your hands, sadness is still indicated. The positive, the small positive message I'm seeing here is that despite the fact that they flipped over your love table, despite the fact that you feel so weak, you do have some clarity. It's probably a deep spirituality, Scorpio, that you look into your crystal ball, you see this is going to be okay, but you're sitting in the shit, probably because you sat in the shit so long it stopped smelling. Thank you, Jennifer Lewis. But this is even more than that. This is sadness with just the littlest glimmer of hope. Let's latch onto that little glimmer, Scorpio, with, well, the Fool in reverse. The choice made is likely to be foolish. What's this choice? This feels like a boomerang. This feels like, wow, like you just keep making the same infinity loop decision. Again, I'm feeling like whatever choice you feel like making, does that mean it's absolutely going to be foolish, or you feel like it's going to be foolish? It's always feelings. Second clarifying card. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Completely turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, to tell you that the quality of your involvement will be the measure of your reward. What on earth does that mean? It really means that you get out of it what you put into it. This is now becoming a clearer clarifying card, is that you know what you want to do, but you feel like a fool doing it. But you then say, well, I can't half-ass it if I do it. If I do it, whatever this thing is, you need to do it. Full out, no telling of half-truths. No, don't lie to yourself. Say the thing. That's the clearest language I have for that. Reach out to your person and say the thing. in all of its glory, for better or for worse, till death do you part. Scorpio, I'll give you a third clarifying card. And it goes through me, this wave of laughter. I don't manufacture it. It comes up and I giggle. Why a giggle at such an intense reading? First of all, because there's a balance that will happen when you make this decision. There is a good balance. Because again, it's a reflection of your emotions. So because you feel like you might be foolish and you feel that you need to do it full out, inner you, it's like I'm coming 3 tiers into the cake that is you. There'll be balance in doing this thing. Is it saying goodbye, or is it saying hello, or is it a combination of both? I don't know why you say goodbye, I say hello. That's what this is. So then here we are, justice. One more distinction's coming up in me. Proportion. Oh, you're held accountable for your actions. That this boomerang, you're like, is this going to come back to bite me in the ass? Only if you lie. Only if you lie about how you're feeling, Scorpio. Then, because what deeper shit could you be in? You've been lying this whole time. You feel weak. Maybe it's just time to tell the truth, Scorpio. What is it? It's not shade. It's just truth telling. That's how that feels. Sagittarius. I think this is better than any hour of television you could ever imagine. Because this is coming from straight up emotion. Straight up emotion. Straight up, now tell me, do you want to be a Sagittarius all your life? 3 of Swords in reverse. The Emperor in reverse. The 5 of Swords. And the Queen of Pentacles. So we've got dark, warmth, generosity, perceptive. Sagittarius, it feels like you're gliding like an eagle, just really scanning your ground, feeling like, oh, look, those feathers. I think those are feathers. Look at the feather. Just, that's the spirit animal here. 3 of Swords in reverse. Alienation, confusion, disorder. There's love disorder in your life, Sagittarius. So you're just trying to coast above it all. Maybe there's someone with air in your life who's helping you this fire. Because middle position, the Emperor in reverse. It's really interesting to me. Sterility, immaturity, again, gullibility. You were feeling so gullible. How did I get taken in by this? How could it have been so good and then so bad? And well, the 5 of Swords in the final position. Humiliation, dishonor, and loss. A big emotional reflection back at you that as a result of this rupture, not only are you saying, God, I was so blind, but also now I'm so embarrassed. This reading, Sagittarius, feels like it's reflecting your ego back at you. It feels like you're not doing anything wrong. I like that you're the eagle. I like that you're saying, I want to keep perspective. I don't want to keep dipping down to this despair because it's juicy, isn't it? Ooh, I feel like it's fuel for some bad entities when you dip down to despair. They're like, yes, let me have some flaming hot despair. I was going to say Cheetos, clarify this for me because I want to give a really good message to you. The Knight of Cups, ask and you shall receive. You are going to have material, physical, and spiritual well-being as a result of this. Pure happiness. You are in the right place at the right time, with the right person, or without the right person, as Saggies permit. Like you either had a breakup and you're in despair. I can't imagine anything but, actually. But it's the right thing. The breakup was right. The ghost of Christmas present. Feast on my feast and drink of my wine because this is your life. You're free now, Sagittarius. Be free. Be that soaring eagle. Find someone new. Get over it. It feels like that. The only other twist this could be is that you're currently in a relationship. You've known you need to get out for a long time. And if you get out, you won't feel humiliated anymore. You'll feel spiritual, emotional, and material well-being. That's the only clarifying card I need for Sagittarius. That's pretty damn good. Tomato. Taurus. I love a Taurus. I love a piano. I love the frequency that Taurans hold. It's very it's not French. It's I suppose a French tourist, that would be nose up. And that would be like, you know? But I think that Taurans give you a sense of it will be taken care of because I'm a Taurus. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Swords in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles. And the Page of Cups. You're feeling artistic, you're feeling broody, you're thinking about your person, you're thinking about how you could connect with them. You're not speaking the same language. You're probably very artistic, they're probably very artistic, but you just can't seem to, like sometimes I feel like the fish, and then sometimes I feel like the person talking to the fish. It's a good match. There's good artistry in this, but what's going on? Three of Pentacles in reverse. Mediocrity in this person. There's an immaturity and a pettiness. So what is it, Taurus, about this person that you're like, I feel like I'm settling. I feel like it's petty. Mediocrity. Mediocre is not a great word for a relationship. Ace of Swords in reverse, middle position. Such an extreme ambition. This can lead to a very disastrous result because it's like, what are you trying to prove to yourself through them? Are you trying to are they like, no, I'm not casting any judgments, but is it somebody who you're like, I have to get them because I have to get them. And if I can get them, then I'll feel better about myself. That's what this feels like. Seven of Pentacles in the result position. Clear as day. You will have success. You will fight, Taurus, and you will get them. And it will be completely petty. It will be only okay on paper. You will feel good about yourself for approximately 3 days. And then you will be like, why did I waste all this energy? First of all, there's no waste. It's always a lesson. Even learning the contrast, learning what you don't want, helps you learn what you do want. These are not my words. And you will get it. That's the thing about Taurus. You're going to put your bullhorns out. You're going to get it. But this is be careful what you wish for, because you're going to get it, because you're a stubborn, fixed Taurus. Ace of Cups is your clarifying card. Now, this is interesting. Wealthy in the things of the spirit, love, joy, and fertility. I'm feeling like this is coming in as like the twinkle lights up there. It's like, don't forget, I could be yours, because it exists inside of you, because it's being reflected. You don't go after the one on paper. Go after true love. That's what this feels like. Second clarifying card, Taurus. The Wheel of Fortune. The ups and downs of your life, constant change. This could mean the beginning of a positive cycle. And what I really like about that is that it could be specifically a change of the results from a prior relationship. And that's what's interesting here. Is this an ex that you can't let go of? Because it could just as easily mean sad misfortune. This card comes up literally to me as either choose the Ace of Pentacles and don't go for the plastic, or go for the plastic and you get the plastic and then you're just on the wheel still. Taurus, it's time to check in with the heart, le cœur. You have to check in with what you know instinctually is right. Taurans are great. I think they're great at intuition. But they also have something to prove. Taurans have something to prove. Libra. Libra. I did see a couple people today who were Libra. That's good stuff. Very lifts you up. Right where you belong. Right at the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Ace then 8. And the Emperor in reverse. And the Page of Pentacles. So many pentacles, so many messages, so little time. Actually, that's not true. We have all the time we need. It's my show. Young person. I'm getting seriousness. I'm getting scholarly. I'm getting hardworking. There's such a respect for new ideas within you. And that's a pretty good thing. Are you a student? Are you studying something? How on earth does this relate to love? How on earth does this relate to love? Let's figure it out. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Now, there's a deterioration of your character through the wrong attitude toward wealth, the evil side of wealth. You're very like, you flew up because you're air and you're studying someone. Ooh, you're studying someone very hard. And you're like, you're not pulling stunts. You're not pulling schemes. You're just studying. Why are you studying? The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Because you feel like you failed at something. Whistle while you work. This way, I did something. I tried it. I took action. It completely didn't go as planned. Fuck, I'm a failure. You're not, but you feel like you are one. Why do you feel like a failure? There was a greediness in you. It feels like you were like, give me you. I need you. Just give me more of you like it were money or oxygen because I'm Libra and I need air. So give me you because I'm not okay if I don't have you. And then so which leads you to the Emperor in reverse. We've had him a lot tonight in reverse. Pure immaturity. Absolutely gullible. I can't tell if they took you in or I can't tell if you took you in by thinking I'm not okay unless this person's in my life. I'm getting the feeling here that you're just fine without them. And what's really going on here is that there's a trigger, there's a chemical bonding going on with this person that you can't let go of. Because you're in study mode. Now, I don't know if this means literal study or if this means studying them. Let's clarify. Oh, that just... the Four of Rods. This is the message we needed. Material and emotional blessings, harmony, prosperity, and there's the perfection of your affairs and not like the tryst kind. Your life. This is saying to me as a clarifying card that your snooping and studying is not needed. Let it go, Libra, because ultimately in your heart you know you're okay and you know you're going to be okay. But second clarifying card, the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, actually separate from the other pentacles in the reading, this one says you're doing great things in your life. You're actually getting your life in order. You're getting a job. You're getting everything that you can get in order. So it didn't go your way with the love thing. Join the club. Join the club. Cancer. It's time for my cancers. And your water. I feel like sometimes, Cancer, I feel like you are the doggy paddler. I feel like Cancer is like, I'm in the water and I'm going and I'm really doing my thing, but like you're just like, like you're in that puppy mode. So let's clarify what's going on in your life, Cancer. Knight of Cups in reverse. Two of Pentacles. And the Page of Rods. The Seven of Pentacles as your overarching theme. Taking this as an overview as definite infinity loop, but there's some messengers coming at you letting you know through the fire. I haven't done Pisces yet. That's last. That's in like 4 more. Sorry about it. It's one of those sorry not sorries though, because I go in a flow. Seven of Pentacles, overarching theme, success on paper, business, money matters. So even though this is a love reading, you're still checking in with the material world. It's almost like you're checking in with the material world despite what you might be thinking about love. Because the Knight of Cups comes to you in reverse. And it's like, ooh, there's such seductive energy here. Examine all your propositions. Are you like doing your thing, having your earth existence, and then you can't get this one person off your mind? And you're like, no, that's not a match, though. That's not a thing. But then you're like, but what if it's a thing? And is it deeply sexual, Cancer? Is it like infatuation? Ooh, that's the seduction, perhaps. Two of Pentacles, middle position. If you want to overcome this infinity loop, this obstacle, you're going to make some adjustments. Now, it can denote that this situation is not as serious as it seems, because Cancers can tend to say, this is serious. Didn't you know? And everyone else is like, I guess. It didn't feel that way to me. But you're in the survival stage of the zodiac. You're new to this game. So you're like, of course you take things a little bit more seriously. This could be a double meaning in the middle position. Why not? Not only are you in an infinity loop and have to adjust your thinking, but the thing that you have to think about is not that serious. So what is it about this person that the Page of Rods comes to you in the final position to let you know there's a faithful, it's like you want a faithful lover, but it's somewhere back there. You're like, let me Seven of Pentacles, my life. Let me indulge in this infatuative, that's not a word, but you know what I mean, energy of these randos. They're a bunch of randos, but you want that one special someone. We all do. Maybe we don't. I don't know. Maybe it's you. Six of Swords. Journey by water. I think I smell some travel in your future, Cancer. I think you got to just get out of town. Getting out of town. You got to go. You got to run. You got to go. Run. Go. You're looking good enough to eat. Hey, chicken. That was There Ain't Nobody Here But Us chickens. And that's how I feel right now. You're just kind of like one of the chickens. And it's like, Cancer, don't be one of the chickens. You're a crab. Go. Run. Go. Second clarifying card. The Four of Rods. And there it is. Emotional harmony, blessings. Either there's travel in your future in regards to wanting to break this infinity loop, Cancer. So this whole, you know what's so funny about this whole reading, overarching theme for me is like, there's not a serious message coming through. There's not like a death, the devil, pay attention. This is just like, the whole reading is one big nonchalant reading. Hi, Susanna. So Cancer, this is actually good. I'm glad that there's nothing that traumatic going on in your life, but whatever your love infatuative thing is, go on your journey by water, perhaps, and make it work. Leo always has to have a special introduction because it's Leo. There is no other sign like Leo. And I know you could say that about all of them, but there is no other sign like Leo. That's why it's my name, Leo Rising, because the part of me that even wants to do a live YouTube show is so performative. That's my Leo. I trust on my Aquarian to interpret it correctly. Because a Leo, as an interpreter, can be very like, well, you know, this is not about me, so what do I care about interpreting this? I care very much. Okay, Leo. Three of Swords in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse. And the Two of Swords. This is... I'm not feeling so great, Leo. Two of Swords in reverse. So the fact that you're thinking of a reconciliation, you want to end this stalemate. The fact that the first card is the Three of Swords in reverse, it's like you want to end this stalemate. Yes, of love, yes, of the heart, but I wonder if it's a stalemate within you. That's what this is feeling like, given the theme. To have a 2, a 3, a 5, and a 6, there's this progression up. And to have all of them be upside down, that's another metaphysical message on top of the actual card interpretation. There's so many layers here. So Five of Pentacles in reverse. Dissonance, obstacles, the marriage of Bet and Boo, but more so like you felt married, I don't know if you are married, if you felt married. It felt like that strong a union. And that's why this is coming in on its head to let you know this disharmony you're feeling over this getting this person out of your heart is really tearing you up because that's how strong the bond was. So, Six of Cups in reverse in the final position, inability to outgrow the past creates failure. There, that is just the clearest thing. You've been trapped in nostalgia for a while, Leo, but you're a Leo, so you make it work. But then at the end of the day, putting your head on your pillow and you're like, I miss them. First of all, you're not wrong, but you're trapped. How to get you out of the trap? It feels like a bear claw. The Seven of Cups, right? Ooh, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 7 of Cups. Grab bag. You have a strong, active imagination and many desires, but you lack the tenacity to translate your ideas into reality. There's a limited attainment. The Seven of Cups, in other words, is a grab bag. And if this is a grab bag of love, you reach into that. What are you going to pull out? You're going to pull out a rainbow? You're going to pull out a snake. If you're going blind at love because you're not unpacking the thing that happened in the past, Six of Cups. So what are you not unpacking? How do we get you out of the grab bag? Next clarifying card. Well, the Ace of Swords in reverse, not really a clarifying card in terms of that, but, well, I take that back. There are disastrous, let me say that again. There are disastrous results impending you not bothering to get out of the past. Because you're reaching your hand in the Seven Cups, pulling out God knows what. Ooh, God put it back. Are you pulling out a head? Look at that head. It's just like, if those are my options, you got a rainbow, a flower, a rose, and fruit. 4 good. A helmet. That's kind of odd but indifferent. A snake and a head. Those are not good odds. I wouldn't take the risk. I'll give you a third clarifying card, Leo, because I'm Leo rising. Ace of Rods. It's a time of beginnings. It's a time for you to get your head out of the sand. I was going to say something more mean, but then that came up as a nicer metaphor. Get your head out of the sand. Yeah, creative, emotional momentum in this time of beginning. Go with it. Do your best to get over that loneliness of this nostalgic heartbreak and move on. I say do your best because I know how not easy it is. How not easy? How difficult. I make it. Capricorn. Caps, Capris, Cornies, candy corn. Here we go, Caps. High Priestess. And she comes through letting you know I am the High Priestess. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The Six of Pentacles in reverse. And the Page of Pentacles. Strong message. What's the message? That's where I come in as the interpreter. Page of Pentacles. So you are serious, hardworking, can note you're studying, you're being scholarly. Are you a student? Are you studying your person? Are you snooping? Who else was snooping? I think those Libras were snooping. But the High Priestess, I have to say it that way now, comes through. And she's saying it's your divine femininity is needed here. Your masculinity perhaps isn't serving you so well, to say nothing of whether you're a man or a woman or any combination of that. You are just not channeling your divine femininity, your sense of balance, your sense of relatedness, supportiveness of those you love, mystery, wisdom, and unrevealed influences at work. So there's something, a cloud over you that you're needing to tap into, especially if you're in this scholarly study mode. So what is it you tap into? The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You tap into this anxiety and this distrust. You tap into the fact that it's not going your way right now. Why not? Six of Pentacles in reverse. You've been greedy. There's such a desire for wealth. It's an illusion. There's envy in you. That I'm getting a jealous envy, not dealing with your problems, Capricorn. I'm getting a study the situation if you must, because that's the mode you're currently in anyway. But tap into the mystery of what's going on. Maybe you're not seeing the forest for the trees. You're deep in the forest. The hell are all these trees doing here? Where's the forest? Well, let's clarify it for you. The sun. Now, I'm not getting, so you want freedom. I'm not seeing this as like happy, positive message. I'm seeing this as the problem is you feel so trapped and in prison and you want to attain this goal. You want this emotional goal to be met. But newsflash, you can't approach your emotions like a business transaction. Doesn't work that way. And maybe you've gotten by so long on doing that because you're earth, you're practical, you're good with money, but your emotions don't work that way. Yes, emotions are a kind of currency, but not not in terms of your freedom, Capricorn. Second clarifying card before we wrap this up. Justice. Find your balance. You know what you've got to do to find your balance. You're held accountable for your actions and you're held accountable for your emotions. I'm getting a blame game. I'm getting a you know you're held accountable for your actions because you're a Capricorn, and you know there's no one to blame except for you because you're a Capricorn, but you're still going to sit in the anxiety and blame them anyway, even though you hold the contrasting opinion at the same time that there's no one to blame but you. It's like you don't need to be told there's no one to blame but you because you know. And then I come through to tell you there's no one to blame but you, and you're like, I know. The only message I had here is you're trapped. The High Priestess, she's your ticket out. Tap into the mystery of what's going on here. Not the literalness, not the on paper version. Ooh. Gemini. I gotta release that. Because there was a big from Capricorns. Gemini. I wonder. I always wonder what's going on with Gemini. Lighty, kooky. I met somebody who's a quadruple Gemini today, and I shook their hand and I went, what'd you just do to me? What trickery was this that you just shook my hand and now what am I supposed to gather from this? I'm a quadruple Aquarian, so I think we were evenly matched. So, Gemini, 6 of Rods, 8 of Swords, 5 of Swords. Let me clarify. 6 of Rods, 8 of Swords in reverse, 5 of Swords in reverse. Lot of 3 of Swords. Okay, you're going through it, Gemini. So your overarching theme is your confusion, your disorder over this love. So the 6 of Rods comes in and is like, well, there's going to be a reconciliation. There's going to be a reconciliation, but of what kind and at what cost? 2 very important questions. So you want to realize your hopes. And there's news here that if you do the thing you need to do, you will realize the hopes. So why is the 8 of Swords in the middle position? Why am I feeling an unforeseen tragedy if you follow through on this? Anxiety, there's deception. So you're on horseback going after the thing you want, but you still feel deceived. So the 5 of Swords in reverse is coming through to let you know that there's a cause for mourning. Feel like, did you lose someone? Was it a breakup? Was it something more severe, Gemini? Was it a death? There is a positive message coming through in that 6 of Rods, but why sitting in the confusion of this loss, feeling so anxious about it, but wanting to get on horseback and go do you? The Chariot in reverse. You can't get there from here. That's your mantra right now. You can't get there from here. So how do you get there? There was a failure in carrying out this project. So how do you get there? How do you get there? The 10 of Rods. There is success here. There's success, but there's guilt, sense of oppression. coupled with doubt. The only real bursting through, Gemini, because you're air, it's hard for air to burst. I mean, we can cause some storms, but you've had enough storm. You don't want to cause a storm. How do you combine second clarifying card with the first card in your reading, which is this? Let's put it this way. Bonanza. How do you break through the guilt over what you need to do to get over this? It's real. I'm getting a heaviness, a sadness, a mourning. Going through it, Gemini. Third clarifying card, just because well, at least it's saying that this experience is going to strengthen you. It's mastery, skill, nobility, glory. In other words, your Sims game is going to 4 or 5 levels up from this. But it almost feels like you'd rather even not. You'd rather just go back and not have to go through this experience. But you are going through it. And so that has to be validated. I think that this reading was just a validation. You feel so hopeless right now, it didn't even give you what to do. It gave you feel it. Feel it, and it is validated, and it is heard and seen. Release that. Pisces, if you stuck around through the fire, it's your time. Fish, School of Fish. I love Pisces energy. It is so cool. I feel like I learn something mysterious and dreamy every time. Here we go. The Ace of Rods in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse. The Eight of Rods in reverse. And the Hanged Man. Okay, so 2 major arcana, 2 very important messages here. So what's got you stuck in your ego, Pisces? Why are you so concentrated on yourself? Why is there such opposition to a kind of spiritual way of seeing this? Well, the Ace of Rods in reverse is coming at you, letting you know there's such a shallow existence regarding this love. There's such a decadence. Spiritual ruin, that's a really strong phrase, but you feel so trapped in the ego of what's going on emotionally in your personal life, maybe on paper, that it's leading you to this shallow existence. Why are you trapped in the ego, and how do you get out? The Hierophant in reverse. It's coming at you. It's because there's such an unconventional, unorthodox way of it feels like you need to do something out of left field and you're scared. But yet you've been a Pisces your whole life, so you know you're in tune with this odd energy anyway, and no one's ever really been able to explain it to you. And this rant right now is the closest that anyone can get to explaining the fact that, yes, you're weird and special and unique in that you're tuned into your own station. The final number 12 in the Wheel of the Zodiac. The 11 of us, we do our best. Aquarians are 11, 10, 9, 8. We're further removed, Pisces. You are the Hanged Man. Anyway, so how do you get out of this trap? Well, the Eight of Rods in reverse. Let's see if there's anything that comes up here. Well, it's like there's such guilt, jealousy, internal disputes. What about your own guilt and jealousy are you not psychologically unpacking in regards to this person or this person you want? It's like they inspire a kind of, I want them, but then I feel so jealous of something about them. Well, I need an instant clarifying card to put this puzzle together. The Knight of Cups. And so there is such a change happening in your life. There's such an endeavor that you're going through. It feels so heavy. Heavy because that's the feeling I'm getting from this reading. But the Knight of Cups is a big intelligence, high value messenger coming through to let you know that there is an invitation here. There are advances that you can make. Let's second clarifying card. The Knight of Swords. Double knights. Go on 2 dates. The Knight of Swords comes through and is letting you know action is needed here. Action is needed. And, depending on the card nearby, this is one of those, what move do you make? Well, You make the Knight of Cups, and they kind of join forces. You take action with, ooh, 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 this invitation, this change. It's saying, look at the man in the mirror. He's asking you to take this card and make the change. It's so third clarifying card. Five of Rods in reverse. The reason you're not making this change is because there's such trickery going on. Such trickery. And I feel like it's you, Pisces. You're very smart. You're the one who can pull the stunt in the scheme. You're probably smarter than them. In fact, I'm sure from this reading that you're smarter than them. You're just not dealing with this emotional baggage it's bringing up in you, and it's driving you insane. Pisces, this reading is very clear to me now. It's killing you to try and make this work. It's not even them, it's killing you. And that is, what do? Do you get out? I would. I'm going to release all that. Hey, Samaya. I'm so glad you're here. Cancers. Cancers had a very mellow, it was very like, knock it off, it's not that serious. That's what happened with Cancer. You can watch it. You'll see for yourself. I hope it resonates. Hope all these resonated. If it brought you any clarity into anything, great. If it just reflected you back to you and didn't exactly tell you, here's how you fix your life, even better. Oh, Jessica, what's your sign? I'm glad it was accurate. Because I feel very like these readings put me mellow. Ooh, I get it. I started poetic, and then we were getting some dreamy messages. One or two really positive messages, but the rest of the zodiac is going through it. Heartbreak is real and it's abounding. Um, love poems. Love poems. It's a little cheesy, but turn of the century, 1800s, go back. Read some stuff from back then. Nice. Glad to hear that. Yeah, nothing too shitty for Cancer. Kind of shitty for Pisces. Pretty shitty for Scorpio. Yeah. Water and fire both went through it. Air wasn't so great. Earth was okay. Earth was okay. You need all four elements for life. I'm just ranting now. Um, have a great night, everybody, and continue to strive for your emotional alignment because there's nothing more important than how you feel ever. Have a great night.